Welcome to it. This is Youth Elect TT, and we're here to really shake up the place. My good friend Jason Williams took you through the paces of day 1 of the auditions. And today, I'll take you through day 2. Right now, let's take you straight inside the audition room.
Next 5 years, 198 persons will become certified petroleum engineers. Do we have sustainable jobs for them? Sugata Mitra asked, who is a professor from Newcastle, by the way, he asked, what are the jobs of the future? Is Trinidad ready for the future? What happens in the future? Is a job analysis done to determine what jobs we need for the next 5 years?
What would be your advice as the best way to get out of adversity and to get your mind back out of adversity?
From my experience, I would tell young people, don't give up at all. And one of the things that you need to do is that you need to talk to someone. You cannot face anything on your own.
In a couple of seconds, the broad outline of a policy that you would implement as the Youth Prime Minister to help young people strategically go towards education instead of it just being an ad hoc thing.
Okay, so what I'll firstly do is do a needs analysis to know that what are the jobs that we need for the next 5 years. What are the jobs that we need for the next 5 to 10 years, I should say. Right? From then we could build the policy.
As your Youth Prime Minister, I will enact actionable policies that will positively affect the youth of Trinidad and Tobago in areas of, but not limited to, achievable education, sustainable employment, trade, skills set. Due to other engagements, I am unable to get into the details of the listed opportunities at this time, but please permit me, my dear friends, to lightly brief you, the youth, on one of these opportunities.
Would it be your intention to tie GATE to some kind of needs assessment?
Correct. There will be a revision of GATE.
Don't use up your time. Once you answer me directly, I understand. And so my next question would be, you have any idea what form or what methodology you would use for such a means assessment?
There will be a form given out with the GATE application form, as well as we'd have to have research officers similar to what CSO has to visit the families to ensure that they do actually meet the requirements.
How was it being in front of the panel, in front of the judges today?
Well, so far it has been a very democratic process, if I could say so, and it was really excellent for me.
When you say democratic process, what do you mean?
It was fair across the board in terms of the types of judges that they had. They had Martin Daly, Michaela Pandey, as well as somebody from the media house.
Why are we going to spend more money on giving laptops to even younger children when they don't have the mental capacity to utilize these tools constructively? Why not expand on homework centers or even put it into a more plausible area such as the health area? I mean, when we go to the health areas in the hospitals, we hear about long lines, we hear about mistreatment, and also accidental fatalities. Children are left motherless, and the excuses expectant mothers should try natural birth, as if C-section isn't sometimes needed. We should also implement certain centers for abused children, or even help needy parents into getting actual proper jobs rather than giving them insufficient baby grants. What we also need to do is stop trying to implement policies that are based on earning votes, but implement policies that actually have a long-lasting impact on the upcoming generation.
I would ask you to tell me what are 1, 2, or 3 policies that you would implement that would impact on upcoming generation.
But really and truly, we don't have enough groupings in the primary school in order to actually let the children get a forward thinking into what the future holds.
Why do you think you are one of the few ladies? Why are there so little ladies?
I guess because people think politics is a man's game, but let it be real. That time has passed. Anybody could get into it. Young people are constantly marginalized and disregarded. However, we are the most important resource of this nation. The Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is a beautiful nation, but we cannot and we will not flourish if we continue to disregard and neglect our young people.
Above them are older people who, as you say, are willing to speak to them but not to listen. How do you change that?
Programs like this is a nice way to start making that step towards change, because we all would have different backgrounds, different personality, and you will hear something positive come from us, right? And you'll realize, oh wait, they are good for something.
So you are saying there's insufficient exposure?
Yes, they do show young people, right? But they choose who, right? We need to stop giving restrictions, because just because you're from a certain area or have a certain background doesn't mean that you cannot represent the youth. I think they loved me. They might have loved me a bit too much.
Why you say so?
Well, because after we had finished, I saw Mr. Daly. He had more questions on his mind, but because of time, he couldn't get a chance to ask me. So I'm really confident that I would be back to answer any future questions he might have.
Take your time, take your time. I want to know what's on your mind. You take your time, I want to know what is on your mind.
Just a deep breath there. Would you like some water? Can we offer you some water? Yes, why don't we offer Nicole a wee bit of water?
I definitely don't want you to go away without telling us what is on your mind.